Network. The Ravens have released longtime kicker Justin Tucker after 13 seasons. Tucker is the subject of an NFL investigation involving allegations of improper conduct during massage therapy sessions. General Manager Eric DaCosta calling the move a football decision. In a statement, the team saying in part, "We are grateful for Justin's many contributions while playing for the Ravens. We sincerely wish him and his family the very best in this next chapter of their lives." Elsewhere, the NFL, alongside President Trump, announcing that the 2027 NFL Draft will be held in Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford has finalized a new deal that'll pay him $84 million over the next 2 seasons. He's entering the 17th year in the NFL. And former receiver and 3-time Super Bowl champion Julian Edelman has been voted into the Patriots Hall of Fame by fans, becoming the 37th inductee in team history. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more, this doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rush? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products in next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXOL Centro, California. Yes, another beautiful day in the neighborhood. All things considered, not bad at all. I'm Carroll in the newsroom, Jared Anchondo. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
Were you able to avoid the 8 raindrops that fell yesterday?
They fell on my house.
Yeah, they fell on my car and just kind of moved the dust around.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Back to the car wash.
You know, that's as close to a big storm as we're going to get, I believe.
Oh, man. Well, I guess that's good. I mean, I like rain. I could do without wind, you know. So...
Well, for us, it is something different, and something different is, it just makes it special.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, it's amazing how people have no problem going out in the rain, but they don't go out in the wind.
I feel that, though.
Yeah.
Because, that wind out there, especially in the Imperial Valley, it just gets dusty, and we have really high, what are those, air quality pollution
We get
levels.
a lot of dust in the wind, yeah. I believe Kansas actually was the group that did that, right?
They've even wrote a song about it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Anyway, we've got a whole bunch of things to cover today. Today is National Nurses Day in the U.S., honoring the hardworking and dedication of nurses everywhere. I have 4 sisters. 3 of them are RNs, nurses.
Wow.
So, anyway, I have always had a special place for nurses. Okay, it's also the National Day of Prayer in the United States. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Anyway, and let's see. What else is going on? Well, the College of Cardinals will convene starting tomorrow to select a new pope. And did you know the pope gets to choose his own name? Yeah. Experts say the number 1 choice for the new pope's name is John. The number 2 choice is Leo. And I understand a distant third is Elon. We'll check in with our Vatican correspondent and see how relevant that is. Okay, how about some birthdays?
Birthday time.
Okay, singer Jimmy Dale Gilmore is 80. Bob Seger is 80. Singer, comedian Lulu Roman, she was on Hee Haw. She's 79. And if she was on Hee Haw, it's not Lulu Roman, it's Lulu Roman. Actor Alan Dale is 78. Actor Richard Cox, 77. Host Tom Bergeron is 70. Actor Roma Downey, 65. Actor Julianne Phillips, 65. George Clooney, 64. Child actor turned rodeo star Clay O'Brien, 64. Actor Leslie Hope is 60. Actor Geneva Carr, 59. Guitarist Mark Bryan of Hootie and the Blowfish is 58. And guitarist Chris Shiflett of Foo Fighters, 54. Actor Stacey Oristano, 46. Actor Adrian Palicki, 42. Actor Gaburi Sidbi, 42. Comedian Sashir Zamata is 39. Actor Naomi Scott, 32. Actor Noah Galvin is 31. Local birthdays coming up.
Ooh, Del Taco? Yep, they got these new boxes that are loaded with my faves.
Hell, big boxes, come on, can I get a Del, yeah? Del, yeah.
What was that? Oh, I bring these guys everywhere. Really enhances the experience.
Introducing El Big Boxes from Del Taco. Choose from the $5 Classico, the $7 Mex Faves, and $9 Amerimex box. More food, more flavor, more value. Only at Del Taco.
Del, yeah.
Price of participation may vary.
We have happy birthday wishes for Becky Hernandez, Danny Vela Jr., Eric James Noriega, Ernesto Mendoza, Karen Gonzalez, Manuel Garcia, Michael Staten, Sharon Guzman, Dylan Morales, Ali Perez, and Irene Pineda. And Louis and Irene Pineda also celebrate an anniversary today. Okay, well, get them out of the way, right? And, well, I guess that means Louis can shop birthday, anniversary, and Mother's Day. Get it
Together. That's nice. Convenient.
Makes it easy. He'll be clogging up the card section at Walmart, no doubt. Okay. And did you hear about the 5 people that survived 36 hours in alligator-infested swamp after a plane crash in Bolivia? Yeah. I understand a spokesman for the group said, "Oh, thank goodness for all those management training exercises they were forced to complete at work." Yeah. Can you imagine 36 hours? They hunkered down on the top of the airplane. And they had alligators and I believe a huge anaconda and all sorts of other things coming after them. But they made it. That's the important part, right?
Fun.
Yeah, I suppose, nowhere in the training manual do you have anything like that.
Yeah, there's no, gators and anacondas in the office.
Yeah, I can imagine what the mosquitoes were like, too. Yeah. Okay, we've got news. World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. They deliver real-time updates about the air that we are breathing.
CBS News Brief. Newly elected Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney will be visiting the White House today in his first meeting with President Trump since Canada's election last month. CBS's Aaron Navarro.
The two are expected to make economy and their trade relationship the focus during the visit to Washington, D.C. today.
Trump says he's going to reopen Alcatraz prison. Doing so would be difficult and costly since it's been closed for more than 60 years, says CBS's Elizabeth Cook.
In 1963, after just 29 years, the federal penitentiary closed. Too expensive to run with the salt water surrounding it, deteriorating the buildings.
Day 2 of jury selection in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking case. Arjurika Duncan says some high-profile names were mentioned on day 1.
Prospective jurors reviewed a list of people, including celebrities like Kanye West, Kid Cudi, Mike Myers, and Michael B. Jordan. It is unclear, though, if and how they are related to this case.
CBS News Brief. I'm Matt Piper.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California Headline News. Additional resources are being brought in to help locate the 9 people still missing after a suspected human smuggling boat capsized off Torrey Pines State Beach Monday.
The reported total would be 16. 3 deceased, 4 that were found, and then 9 that are presumed missing.
Coast Guard Petty Officer Hunter Schnabel. The 4 who were rescued from the waters are being treated at a hospital. 1 of the 3 people dead is a child. Fire Monday at the Valero refinery in Benicia. A shelter-in-place order issued for a time. Benicia's Mayor Steve Young fearing the latest fire will bring another spike in gas prices.
I do believe that it's going to happen and that we need to plan accordingly. It's going to have a big impact on the community, and not in a positive way.
It's the latest incident at the Valero refinery where chemical releases and other violations have resulted in tens of millions of dollars in fines. Police in L.A. say someone crashed a car through the front gate of actress Jennifer Aniston's home in Bel Air. Aniston was home at the time but unhurt. The suspect detained. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org and you'll get real-time information about the air that we breathe.
Military Appreciation Month brought to you by Progressive Insurance. The new movie Warfare recreates a firefight from the Iraq War. Navy SEAL Ray Mendoza, who co-wrote the film, says putting it on the big screen was one way veterans could talk about it openly.
20 years later, we never really talked about it at the time. You know, oftentimes you have to push that stuff down just to function in a war zone.
A riddle brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at progressive.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
And it's page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley. At El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
KXO News. County Board of Supervisors meet today. Here's George Gale.
The board meetings are now in 2 sessions. The supervisors convene at 8:30 in the morning. They discuss today's agenda and they go into closed session. The board also conducts special presentations. This week they will discuss ratifying the proclamation declaring May 2nd as Imperial Valley Peace Officers Memorial Day. Another proclamation will declare the month of May as Mental Health Awareness Month. A board is also expected to declare this week as National Correctional Officers and Employees Week. They will declare May as Military Appreciation Month, and they will declare this week as Small Business Week in Imperial County. The afternoon session begins at 1 p.m. On the action agenda, there will be a presentation regarding public agency retirement services. They will discuss authorizing a travel for a contingent of county employees to attend the 44th Annual American Jail Association Conference and Jail Expo in Fort Worth, Texas. The board will consider a resolution adopting plans and specifications and authorizing bidding for a County of Imperial Behavioral Health Services, El Centro Mental Health Triage, and Engagement Services expansion on North 8th Street. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A small earthquake was at about 1:43 this morning, and it was 3.0. Epicenter was 68 miles south-southwest of Mexicali. KXO Local News Time, 7:42.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
Update on a homicide. Yuma County Sheriff's Office has released more information about a double homicide that happened Saturday. Here's George Gale.
Yuma County Sheriff's officers responded to the 6500 block of West Wall Lane at about 5:30 p.m. on Saturday and located 2 victims of apparent gunshot wounds. Both victims, 52-year-old Jose Martinez of Yuma and 48-year-old Jose Guevara of Somerton, were pronounced dead at the scene. During the investigation, it was found a third victim was located at a local hospital with gunshot wounds. The third victim is reported to be in stable condition. There are no suspects in custody. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
El Centro City Council meets today. They'll hold their regular meeting today. Council will begin closed session at 4 p.m. with 2 agenda items. First, public employee employment/appointment, and the second item will be a conference with labor negotiators regarding negotiations with El Centro Police Officers Association. Council will reconvene in open session at 6 p.m. Among the presentations will be a certificate of recognition to Dr. Thomas Tacky, Teacher of the Year. The consent agenda includes a resolution to approve the purchase of a new computer-aided dispatch records management system. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and the weather coming up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations to serve you, and they have mobile service vans that come to you. Give El Centro Motors a call and schedule an appointment for the mobile service van.
Experience the best outlet shopping the Imperial Valley has to offer. The Goodwill Outlet Center at 351 Wake Avenue is now open. At the outlet, shoppers can find merchandise at greatly reduced prices. Auction registration and product viewing will take place from 7:30 to 8 a.m. with the auction at 8. Don't miss the 15 for $27 sale, available from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pick out 15 pieces of clothing for only $27. The outlet is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Every purchase and donation support Goodwill's mission to provide training and employment opportunities to individuals facing barriers to work. Inside the store is Goodwill's newest employment center. Career advisors are ready to assist job seekers at no cost. Visit ivgoodwill.org to learn more. Goodwill, making good happen.
And it's local news, page 2, with a side of weather, all brought to you by Burgers and Beers, serving the best burgers in town. Daily lunch specials Monday through Friday. Happy hour every day, 3 till 6 p.m.
IID Board of Directors meet today. Here's George Gale.
The meeting begins at 1 p.m. this afternoon in Condit Auditorium. Meeting begins with special projects grant program presentation in which the IID presents $68,000 to local school districts. Service awards will be presented, and the team of the month for the month of May will be introduced. On the action agenda, directors will be asked to adopt a resolution recognizing Zanjero Appreciation Week. May will be declared Water Safety Month. Directors will be asked to adopt service agreements with Irby Construction Company. They will approve revisions to board policy. Directors will be asked to adopt a biennial rate update process, and the directors will consider a resolution adopting an administrative remedies procedure for challenges to fees and assessments. And the directors will be asked to rescind a resolution for water rate setting regulations. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Brawley City Council meet this evening. They'll convene their meeting at 5:30 p.m. The council will consider adopting a resolution and authorize the city manager to execute a memorandum of understanding between ICCD and the city of Brawley to allow ICCD to utilize the city's facilities to host classes. The council will discuss renewing membership in the Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation. The council will discuss appointing a member to the Brawley Planning Commission, and the meeting will be held in the council chambers on Main Street in Brawley. Informational session on services for the blind. Imperial Valley residents who are facing blindness or visual impairments are invited to an informational session on Wednesday. Here's George Gale.
The San Diego Center for the Blind will be at the Imperial County Transportation Commission at 2 p.m. Wednesday, May 7th. The Blind Center will offer information about services offered by the center. Representatives will be able to provide information and answer questions. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
KXO News Time 7:48. We'll take a look at weather coming up next.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For May specials, try our Pineapple Martini or an ice-cold bottle of Busch Light for $3.99. May plate of the month is a machaca torta. And we now offer a new seasonal dessert, the Churro Ice Cream Sandwich. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says unsettled weather conditions will continue to prevail through tonight, with scattered showers a possibility. Below normal temperatures are again expected today, with highs still in the 70s across the Imperial and Yuma valleys before a warming trend really ramps up starting tomorrow. Strong high pressure will eventually build back over the region by Thursday into Friday, with highs reaching into the 90s Thursday and right around 100 degrees on Friday. Even hotter temperatures are anticipated for the coming weekend, with highs peaking at around 105 degrees. 82 the high in the valley yesterday, 60 the overnight low. Trace amounts of precipitation reported. Today will be sunny with a high near 88. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming north-northwest this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 63. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 88. North-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-northeast. 69 degrees downtown, 50% relative humidity. Wind out of the south at about 3 miles an hour. Air quality remains good. Local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers & Beer. It's the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers & Beer. Attention, 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 furniture and mattress buyers. For the absolute lowest prices on the best selection of furniture and mattresses anywhere, you need to make a trip to Houston's Yuma Furniture. Yuma, Ashley, and Rooms Now. Because nobody can beat their prices. Nobody. With 3 huge stores and 1 massive warehouse, they have what you want in stock. Sofas, sectionals, and reclining furniture, dining sets, bedrooms, and mattresses, and best of all, with their large in-stock selection, it's available for immediate delivery, or take it home today. For the absolute lowest price on furniture and mattresses, go to Houston's Yuma Furniture, 3052 South Avenue B, Yuma. Ashley at 2790 South 4th Avenue. And Rooms Now, just enter through Yuma Ashley. 3 big stores, the lowest furniture and mattress prices. It's Yuma's Houston's Furniture. It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action last night. The Knicks over the Celtics, 108-105 in overtime. Meanwhile, the Nuggets topped the Thunder, 121-119. Coming up today, the Pacers and the Cavaliers, followed by the Warriors and the Rockets, as the NBA playoffs go on interminably.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball action. The Padres prevailed, came from behind, and beat the Yankees 4-3. Dodgers dumped the Marlins 7-4. Braves shut out the Reds 4-0. Royals blanked the White Sox 3-0. Brewers beat the Astros 5-1. Cubs clobbered the Giants 9-2. Cardinals, they beat the Pirates 6-3. Mets nipped the Diamondbacks 5-4. Athletics edged the Mariners 7-6. Guardians and Nationals postponed because of rain. They expect to make that game up today. And in other news around the world of sports, the inaugural Kurt Arnold Golf Tournament is scheduled for tomorrow. It's the Kurt Arnold Memorial Golf Tournament, the first one tomorrow, and it benefits the Imperial Valley Food Bank. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. We're going to slip right into financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service in the Imperial Valley that offers 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal, 4th and Ohio, in El Centro. Well, Rite Aid announced yesterday it is filing for bankruptcy again, barely 7 months after the chain exited Chapter 11 and emerged as a private company. The financially strapped drugstore chain said it is looking for a buyer and refiling for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, and hopes that this will facilitate that process. The company said it would keep its stores open throughout the bankruptcy. Rite Aid first filed for bankruptcy in October of 2023, becoming a casualty of a miserable environment for drugstores, exacerbated by a runner-up status to bigger chains and expensive legal battles for allegedly filling unlawful opioid prescriptions that pushed its debt to nearly $4 billion. And about 4 million, or roughly 1 in 5 federal student loan borrowers with a payment due, are seriously delinquent, according to a new analysis published by TransUnion. Research from the Information and Insights Company suggests that a significant number of Americans with student loan debt are not able to make payments, did not know payments were due, or decided not to pay. The TransUnion analysis did not determine why a growing share of borrowers are behind on student loan debt. And last week, President Donald Trump advised Americans that his trade war could result in children's dolls costing a couple of bucks more. That at least seems to have come to fruition. Mattel said they plan to raise prices on American toys due to tariffs. Mattel said that tariffs hadn't affected the earnings for the first 3 months of the year. To mitigate future losses, it plans to diversify its supply chain outside of China and, where necessary, take pricing action in its U.S. business. In Wall Street speak, that means higher prices. There's already evidence some prices are on the rise, according to a product pricing analysis. A Barbie doll with swimsuit sold at Target rose 42.9% over the week in mid-April to $14.99. That's among the largest jumps the consumer research firm tracked. Taking a look at Wall Street right now, we see red. The Dow off 158 points at 41,060. The S&P 500 down 25 points at 5625. The NASDAQ off 117 points at 17,727. Gold is up $68.70 an ounce. That means $3,390.80 for an ounce of gold. Still got a claim out in Ogilvy. And oil is up $2.27 a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in the Imperial Valley and Coachella Valley. The mission has always been to protect your property, whether it's your home, business, or construction site. Your satisfaction is their number one priority. Make that phone call today to protect your property by calling Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 760-970-4500. And don't forget about Southwest Postal, your one-stop shipping center. Plus, they offer you 24-hour mailbox rental located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro.
It will be sunny with a high near 88. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming north-northwest this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 63. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast after midnight. Those winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Sunny on Wednesday with a high near 88. North-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-northeast later in the morning. 70 degrees downtown. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your home, your business, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO, El Centro, on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump meets Canada's Prime Minister shortly at the White House. Traditionally, it's been a meeting of friends, but CBS's Natalie Brand says things are much different now.
Watching this meeting is going to be so fascinating, the tone and interaction between these two leaders. Carney campaigned on speaking out against President Trump's actions when it comes to tariffs and talking about Canada as the 51st state. And he, vowed to Canadians to stand up to this administration.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says he's aiming to cut 20% of the military's 4-star generals and admirals.
We're going to shift resources from bloated headquarters elements to our warfighters.
CBS's Charlie D'Agata at the Pentagon.
He said in World War II, there was one general for 6,000 troops. Now there's one for every 1,400. He says more generals and admirals does not equal more success.
Russia's defense ministry says all 4 international airports around Moscow temporarily suspended flights today as the military intercepted more than 100 Ukrainian drones fired at almost a dozen Russian regions. Well, this woman waiting on a flight at Newark Airport says she understands the staffing issues that are driving large numbers of cancellations and delays.
We haven't made it a priority, and with the amount of travel that happens in our country, it should be a priority.
United Airlines has cut 35 daily flights from its Newark schedule beginning Saturday. Department of Education says Harvard University will receive no new federal grants as long as it resists demands to change from the Trump administration. CBS's Michael Wallace on the situation at another Ivy League school.
Columbia is cutting 180 staff members who work on research that relies on federal grants.
Earlier this year, the Trump administration paused $400 million of Columbia's funding, alleging anti-Semitism on campus. In a letter to the Columbia community, acting president Claire Shipman says the financial strain has become intense. She says the school is looking for alternate funding sources to keep its research going.
In Germany, the conservative Friedrich Merz was elected today by lawmakers on the second ballot to become chancellor. On the Health Watch, CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says new research indicates the shingles vaccine may help with more than the viral infection that causes rashes.
People who got the older shingles vaccine, what we call Zostavax, in that population, we saw a 23% reduction in their risk of cardiovascular events.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 136 points. The S&P is down 20 points. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power Charge that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. It's 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Can't